team really is so disrespectful. I don't understand how I'm 84. I swear I'm just 87. Man, that's play.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Colts take over first.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Carried by number 45.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Naheem Hines, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 30.
To throw on 3rd down. Man, he may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket to the right side and complete to Hurst. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Yeah, he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. They'll run forward with Hines, and they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, he's going to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Brought down at the 45-yard line.
Antonio.
7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, it's Gibson. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 31. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Taco Charlton able to get him for a loss of about 3. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
On second down now, it's Gibson. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
3rd and long for Winston. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Jameis Winston sacked.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
The Colts first down.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Hines, the ball carrier.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Nothing on the play.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, a ball batted in. The air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense heading out. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
So the Colts now bringing the offense back onto the field as they'll go for 2. From the gun, man. And this will be caught. So the try for 2, good. And it pushes them out to a 15-0 lead. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion, good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completion.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Trey Hendrickson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Following the interception, Winston. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A 1st down throw for Winston. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. And his kick is indeed good. And they're on the board now. It's 15-3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll see, the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And I guess the question... The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play... himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. On first down, it's Gibson. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Winston. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. First down, Winston. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Winston, a gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Jameis again. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Again, it's Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. They'll run on first down. Gibson. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. And gives him a nice pickup.
He was brought down by
a good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Jameis to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And Washington able to make this a close game again. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Interesting stat line right now. And technically he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Number 82.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard.
46-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of a yard. First down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hurst. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And that will be incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They'll buy some time right. They'll try and run it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and that'll be 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Winston to throw. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Good. That keeps the
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it appeal a little different.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. So the Colts now down by 1. At time, a huge factor. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll look to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And he hits his tight end, Ebron. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
And the Colts 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hines. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Carrier. Tackled at the 25-yard line. A 6-yard pickup.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Hoosier State will celebrate tonight as the Colts have won it.
16.
Well, a little drama
Just
there
wins
at
on
the
the
end,
win.
but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Indianapolis, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Washington, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa.
8-25. Just need to win. So, I don't see how. Yeah, superstar wide receiver. Bad fucking man.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 14 carries, 62 yards.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
They'll run the screen with Carson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
First down, Houston.
On 1st and 10, Watson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
No, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
For the extra point.
Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You can wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box.
But when this ball's tipped.